Good afternoon, or sorry, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 154. And I hope everyone's having a great day. Um, I'm got some news for us today. Um, but before we do that, before we have some news, um, first we're gonna say hi to chat like we always do. So hello to Calvic AD. I hope you're doing great. Hi, Moonshock. Hope you're doing really well today, and I'm looking forward to our interview tomorrow. It's going to be lots of fun. It's just a relaxed little thing that I have with my guests. Green Thunder is here. Good morning, Green Thunder. Hi, Rolling Bear. Good to see you. And Armskiller too is here as well. Thanks for coming in. You were the first one to say hello. I hope all of you are having a very, very good day. Oh yeah, says Moonshock. Awesome. Hi there, Duck Dog. So before we get into the news, I've got a bit of a rant. And I think as well as, hey Scotsman, I've got a bit of a rant to get off my chest here. And I don't normally bring drama onto my channel unless it's really, really bothering me. And I can't seem to get rid of uh, what's bothering me. So um, I don't usually bring drama up. I try and handle it behind the scenes. Hi, all you need. Um, I really feel that I need to address something. Um, so we're gonna get the blind press rant out of the way first. Now this message is going out to somebody that I've been streaming with occasionally. Um, it's it's going out to someone who I've actually had on this stream before. Um, this is a message to Blind Girl, and I want you to listen to this message. You may not be catching this live, but I want you to listen to this in full. And I'm more than happy to come on a stream with you and discuss what I say here. But honestly, I'm doing it this way because I have a feeling you won't listen to me if I were to just approach you on your stream. So I have to do it this way, and I will be more than happy to come and talk to you live. Um, hey, Sponge. Um, here's my last bit of advice to you, basically, Blind Girl, because you have been asking me for advice and not taking it. And so this is my last bit of advice to you before I just move on. You need to you need first of all, if you want your channel to grow anywhere, you got to care about what you're doing. And you've got to, if you want to say that you're an advocate for something, whether it be autism or blindness or whatever, you might want to actually care about what you say and how you act. And pushing away the one person who was actually trying to help you and who you actually asked a bigger YouTuber than me for help a few months ago, and he put you in touch with me because you were asking him, hey, how does a blind girl do YouTube? And you you say you want help, you say you want advice, and you just basically say fuck you to the people giving it to you. So why are you asking, first of all? If you don't want to take the help and advice, why are you asking for it? And second of all, hi Seamus. Second of all, why must you continue to stick yourself as a perpetual victim? And I say this because this is what you proved to me on the other night. When I merely pointed out to you that having 2% usable vision was more vision than I had, which is true. Okay. And somebody white knighted for you, and that's what it was, and told me that that was like saying that you weren't blind at all. And you just sit there and let it happen. You didn't say, oh, wait a minute, that's not what's going on. You didn't, you were quite happy to let yourself get white knighted for and a complete straw man get pulled. And you do this all the time. You sit there and oh no, nobody wants to help the blind girl, or oh, it's really cool because in Canada people are so nice. They just let blind people cut in line, and like you think that you say this in a joking manner, but you do this every day. Every day there's some little snatch or snide comment about how you can get away with whatever because you're blind, and people don't want to to just give you what you want because you're blind. That's no. And you don't caveat this with, this is you, I'm kidding, or what you act like this is normal behavior for blind people, and it's not. And I know you haven't been blind for that long, but and I've tried to tell you. I've tried to over and over again. And I've been getting nastier about it as it goes on because you don't listen. You don't read your chat when people are actually trying to interact with you, because that's what live streams are for. And I'm all like, this is my last bit of advice to you before I just say fuck it and move on. Because I did actually want to help you. I did actually want to see your channel grow, because your videos, your actual videos are really good. You're good at videos, dude. You may not think you are. There isn't enough coffee for this crap, says Seamus. No, there's not. Ranting press this early? Shit. Yeah, I know. Um, I just, your videos were good, but you just, people try and talk to you. People try and bring up good points in your streams, and you don't care about what they have to say, it seems like. And I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. I'm I'm serious. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to honestly trash you. I'm saying, listen, if you want help, if you want advice, if you ask for advice and you ask for help, you might want to actually, if you don't take it, at least consider it before telling the person that you've asked to fuck themselves, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're buttering somebody up, you're kissing their ass to get what you want, and then when they give you some advice that they mean well for and they're being honest about, you just if it's something you don't want to hear, you just say fuck it. Fuck you. And it's not going to serve you well. I'm just putting it out there. And for you to have let that white knighting incident happen kind of proves to me that you kind of enjoy the victim complex. That you want to be the poor little blind girl. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And that's all I have to say on that. If you want me to come on your stream and talk about it, I will come on your stream and talk about it. But this is all I have to say on this matter. Take it or leave it. And I'm going to move on now. Now, chat. Are you ready for some news? Hi, Poppy. Nice to see you here. You're usually sleeping. It's easier to be a victim than it is to be a fighter, says Moonshock. Yes, it is. I'm not going to lie to you. There have been times in my life where I have attempted to play the victim card. And thankfully, I had good enough friends that called me on it. And I'm not going to lie, there have been times where I've even caught myself doing it and gone, ew, stop it. Press. Stop it. It's hard, especially when this something is new to you. And it's okay to be upset about it. It's okay to be upset about it. Just you gotta fight through and you gotta make it yours. You gotta do something about it. And it's hard, and that's why I was trying to help you, but I just felt like you were telling me to fuck off, so this is my message to you. Blind girl is my friend, but there is truth to a lot of what you say, says Scotsman. And I'm not saying it to be a bitch, Scotty. I'm not saying this to not like I'm not doing this to drum up drama. I'm doing this if I didn't care about her, I wouldn't be doing this. If I didn't give a fuck, I would just I wouldn't even say anything and I would just move the fuck on. Used to be a caseworker, says Calvic AD. Quit because people wanted to be victims and a lot of caseworkers would feed that. Yeah. I had to back up to see who she was talking about. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Sorry for the cough, guys. So I've got a few news stories here for us. Today's the short day, so I've got, I think, 4 stories here. And there's some interesting ones. There's even a blindness story as well. Because I do like to cover that stuff because, I know about it. Hi, Zip. Let's see. So let's switch over to Safari. And actually, we'll read the story about the blindness stuff first. So this is from Microsoft News. So this is called With Code Jumper, experts look to jumpstart computer science interest for kids who are blind. So that's pretty cool. Let's read about this here.
Worcester, United Kingdom. It's a warm day in early June and a group of students have gathered in the IT classroom at New College Worcester to show off their coding skills. But instead of poking at tablet screens or typing into laptops, these students are taking out brightly colored plastic pods, connecting them together with thick white wires and then adjusting the pods' buttons and knobs. These physical components will be used to create computer programs that can tell stories, make music, and even crack jokes.
Okay. Interesting. But why? Hi, Sarah. Blindness stuff, lol. Yep. Sarah, if you missed the thing that my Twitter thing was about, it's at the very beginning of the stream.
The students at New College Worcester are all blind or with low vision, and they are part of a group of students across the UK who have spent the previous school year beta testing Project Torino, a research project that led to the development of a new product called Code Jumper. It's a physical programming language that is designed to be inclusive of children with all ranges of vision.
So Torino. So I guess they're connecting low vision. Yep. Why are they called low vision? They're called. Hey, Johnny. You missed. Yeah, it's time for news. You missed the rant, but it's news time. The rant is at the beginning of the stream. So let's see. I see by color too. Oh, that's cool. So low vision means that you still have some usable vision. Like they call them low vision or visually impaired. And when you get to the legally blind stage, that's when you get like people who see only shadow or have like tunnel vision or something like that. So let's see here.
What I like about Project Torino is that you can actually touch, physically, the program, said Victoria, 14 and a student at the school, which serves about 80 students. Microsoft has announced plans to transfer the research and technology behind. Link. Code Jumper. Dimmed. Intent information.
What are you doing?
Link.
Why did you refresh yourself, Paige? Sorry, guys. I have to, There we go. There we go.
Link. American Printing House for the Blind. Code Jumper. Dimmed. Code Jumper. Dimmed. Dimmed. Content. Link. See more. Link. Share on Facebook.
Oh, it refreshed itself again.
You are currently
Fuck me. Okay, you're a bad website. So the American Printing House for the Blind. And then they've got a picture. They've got a picture of her with the plastic pods.
Victoria Centre was part of a group of students at New College Worcester in Worcester, UK, who participated in a beta test of the technology behind Code Jumper. Photo end of. The nonprofit's leaders say the goal isn't just to introduce kids to coding, it's also to give them the underlying skills that can lead to a career in computer science.
And there are blind computer programmers, which is really cool, but learning the CSS, like all of the Flash coding and stuff like that. I always say visually impaired because when I used to say half blind, people would say which side, and I would always say my right, which ruined their joke. Yep, blindness comes in levels. Yes, it does. So this is like when it comes to um, like Flash and JavaScripting and all this stuff. I think this could actually be really helpful. Um, could actually be really beneficial for showing kids the components of a code. Because strangely enough, a lot of blind kids are visual learners. Like if I want to retain information, it's better for me to actually physically read it in braille than it is for me to listen to it. If I'm just reading a book for entertainment purposes, then I'll listen to it, say on Audible or whatever. But I still prefer to, like, if I need to learn something, then I need it in braille. Um, it's I'm in the level of you don't count yet, LOL. No, you count, Poppy. You count.
This is an opportunity for thousands of people to have meaningful and well-paying jobs, said Larry Scutton, Director of Technology and Product Research for AF.
This is true. AFB is what voiceover meant to say. Um, but the I'm glad that they're doing this, but what needs also to happen is employers need to be shown that a blind person is a worthwhile employee to hire, because that's the problem. There's all of these programs to educate the blind, which is great, but there aren't very many programs to educate the employers that these blind people are going to be trying to get jobs from, because all the education in the world won't help you if you go to a job interview and you get someone who can't understand that blind does not equal helpless. Um, and it also, there's the fear of blindness. Blindness is a very feared disability. Um, I would imagine that someone that's blind would be better able to make programs that would help other blind people. Yes. Yes. Um, Absolutely, Sarah.
The impetus for Code Jumper began about 4 years ago when Link, Cecily Morrison, didn't, didn't, Link, Cecily, the impetus for a Microsoft researcher and computer scientist, began exploring technology options for her son, Ronan, who was born blind. Morrison was surprised to discover that many of the technologies available to Ronan and other children who are blind were far clunkier and more out of date than the smartphones, tablets, and other technology that most kids today use, because few organizations had the resources to modernize them.
Yep,
A lot of it really felt like technology of the past, she said.
it is. That's why most blind people have Apple devices. Despite the fact that Apple has a lot of monopolization issues and a lot of security issues, they are bar none the most accessible product for a blind person. Um, so most blind people have iPhones and iPads and MacBooks. Um, because it's just more accessible.
What's more, she found, the most popular path to introducing young children to coding, usually called block coding, wasn't very accessible because it couldn't easily be read with assistive technologies such as a screen reader or magnifier.
No, it can't.
It became really clear that, for a 7 or 8-year-old, it was going to be really hard to use assistive technology to code, she said. We realized we really need something physical, something that would excite the hands. YouTube video. Click here to. None of this would come as a surprise to the students at New College Worcester, as they assembled their programs. Some were called computer science classrooms in which they had been told to do touch typing, which is a method of typing by muscle memory instead of looking at the keyboard, while the other kids in their classes used block coding to write basic computer programs. Others shared the frustrations of trying to learn more complex coding skills like Python or JavaScript without the grounding in more simplified coding systems many other students were getting to use.
Yeah, because Python and Java are super um they're super visual. So the if you don't have the the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? If you don't have the vision to do coding for Python and all that, you're not going to if you don't have the basics, you're not going to be able to do anything, and then you're going to get frustrated because a lot of blind people want to have like a website, for example, but web builders are usually very visual. So we go, okay, fine, I'll just code my own website. And then you go to code your own website and you're like, CSS, Java, what the fuck am I going to do with all this? Like, even most experienced, like, even a lot of experienced computer programmers who are blind are looking for accessible apps to use. And it's very hard for them to find.
With CodeJumper, they said, they were immediately able to experiment and build programs. I just felt very independent, and I like that, said Daniel, who at 11 years old already knows he wants to pursue a career in computer science. It kind of made me inspired to do more coding. On this day, Daniel was collaborating with another student, Rico. The 12-year-old's favorite subjects are IT and science, and he said that in his previous school he only got to do touch typing. With CodeJumper, he was able to write an actual program for the first time.
Well, that's awesome. Touch typing, oh yay, I remember learning touch typing, and I didn't even get to do it with my class. I had to do it by myself with my educational assistant with my computer with a screen reader. So yeah, I was very segregated.
To just do coding, it was a fun experience, he said. As the kids worked on their programs, Jonathan Fogg, head of computing and IT at New College Worcester, walked around the classroom, helping them with things like debugging. Fogg also watched with evident delight as they ran their programs for him. He said Project Torino was unlike anything he'd been able to provide the kids before now. You are correct.
That's really cool. And I really like the way that this article is written. It's not written like your typical, these kids are so inspirational. Um they Hey Brad Young. Awesome to see you today. Um they this article is really well done. It's just presenting these kids as normal kids who happen to be blind who are just trying to learn how to code. And I really like the way this article is written. Um it's done very well. Um there's no what I would call inspiration porn. There's no, oh, these kids are just so special. No, this is a very well done article. Um, I'm very pleased with the way this is done.
There really isn't an equivalent to this physical way of programming, Fogg said. The early access to basic coding skills is important, Fogg said, because many kids who are blind or low vision are drawn to careers in computer science. He thinks that's partly because many of the skills kids with low vision develop to navigate the world make them good at the kind of computational thinking that's helpful for a computer science career. And, he said, traditionally it has been a career that is more accessible to people who are blind or low vision, because of tools such as screen readers.
Yeah,
But at a young age, he said, he's found that many kids are afraid to start playing around with a computer, especially if they know it's an expensive, fragile machine.
yeah, that's true. Because they don't want their parents to get mad at them for breaking the computer or anything like that.
If they're not confident, they won't have a go at the computer because they're afraid they'll break it, he said. But once they've gotten over that barrier, then they've been successful. Project Torino reinforces that they can't break it and they can do all these really, really cool things.
That's awesome.
From left, Daniel and Rico were part of a group of students at New College Worcester in Worcester, UK, who participated in a beta test of the technology behind CodeJumper. Photo by Jonathan Bank.
Okay, so that's a picture. Sarah says, I swear kids today are far smarter than I was at their age. I couldn't do programming, period. Yeah. Zombie Teddy says, too bad this couldn't teach journalists how to code. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Love it.
Daniel and Rico sitting at a classroom table, helping each other feel the buttons and knobs on brightly-colored plastic pods. Image. From left, end of, heading level 2, magnets, block, and heading level 2, magnets, blocks and lots of trial and error. It's a couple of days later, and Theo is sitting in a small resource room at the school he attends, King's College School, also in the UK. Theo, who is blind, has been part of the Code Jumper project for years. In fact, he was one of the first group of students who collaborated with Morrison and others to develop the system. I helped them choose what kind of buttons to use, he said as his hands moved swiftly along the bright plastic pieces, assembling a program as he chatted easily about the computer science skills he's developed over the years.
That's so cool.
The bright plastic pods, oversized dials, and thick cords the students are using today is a far cry from the original ideas Morrison and her collaborator, senior researcher. Link. Nicholas Villar. Dimmed. Link. Nicholas had when they first started thinking of a physical programming language. Their original idea was to create a physical programming language that mimicked block coding, complete with actual blocks and magnets. It didn't work at all. The kids either lined the blocks up in a row and didn't do anything else, or they grew frustrated by the magnets falling off the table and getting lost. You are
Okay. Yeah.
Microsoft senior researcher Nicholas Villar. Photo courtesy of Microsoft. Microsoft end of. So, Morrison, Villar, and the other team members began meeting regularly with a small group of kids and getting their ideas. Based on the kids' feedback and ideas, they switched to bigger plastic shapes that fit easily into kids' hands, and they created surfaces the kids could rub or squeeze in order to recognize and interact with them.
Okay. So they actually went to blind kids and asked for their foot feedback. See, that doesn't happen very much. Hey there, Jack. He says, I used to code on a ZX Spectrum. I have tried programming, says Scotsman. It drove me mad. Yeah, I tried to learn how to write HTML code, and I was like, fuck this. I no.
With the new designs, the kids immediately began exploring ways to put them together and write short programs that made sounds. Through the work with the young collaborators, Villar said he started to see the technology from the kids' perspectives. For example, the kids with some vision benefited from bright, contrasting colors. They also found that kids like to work together, guiding each other's hands, so they built the pods to be about the size of two kids' hands.
Okay.
They were really helping us invent, Villar said. Once they had figured out what Morrison called the kid way of engaging with things, they set to work making sure that the system also would teach kids the basics of coding, such as how to create a sequence and what steps you need to take in order to debug.
So it's basically a physical representation. A meme just appeared on my Facebook page, says all you need. Um, a blind man with a cane is leading a sighted person who's transfixed on by their phone. That's awesome. I love that. I love that all you need. That's great.
The researchers also created detailed guidance that teachers without a computer science background could use to help kids develop coding skills, since they couldn't expect all schools to have an IT specialist available to work with students who are blind or low vision.
Vision, not vision.
For Villar, the impact of Code Jumper has extended far beyond just this project. It's opened my eyes to different perspectives, different ways of focusing or seeing the world, he said. For Theo, the involvement with Project Torino has been life-changing as well. He's now doing more complex coding, including recently writing a hangman game in Python, something he says he couldn't have done without the basics he learned using Code Jumper. Equally important to him, he's made new friends with other kids in school who are also interested in coding.
That's really cool. Because it's very hard for blind people to make friends with other kids. No, this is a really well done article, I think. I'm very pleased with how this article was done. There was no special, like, oh, look at these special children. This was really well done.
It's been really good socially for us, said Elin, his mother. Theo demonstrates a program he created with the technology behind Code Jumper as his mother looks on. Photo by Theo demonstrate. End of. Heading level 2. Big plans. In late 2017, Villar flew to Kentucky to show the leadership at American Printing House for the Blind a demonstration of the project. Craig Meether, APP's president and a longtime educator, said he was immediately drawn to how intuitive and interesting the system would be to kids. If you put this in a classroom, not only is the blind student going to be using this, but every student in the classroom is going to want to crack at this, he said.
Yes.
From a teacher's perspective, that's all you ever really want, something that's inclusive. You are currently
Yes.
on a text element.
Absolutely. This isn't something that a sighted kid would look at and go, "Oh, that's just for blind people." No, a sighted kid would want to play with that too and code with that too. And that is a really great way of getting blind kids and sighted kids to be friends. Um there was nothing like that when I was a kid. There was nothing. Like it's nice to hear that people are working on ways to help kids, different ways of doing different things. It's too bad we can't take this to more schools. I know, right? That would be awesome. This is a really cool idea. Actually, thank you to Johnny Hellcat for sending me this story cuz this is a really awesome story.
Scutcheon, ACT Technology Director, said the fact that it's immediately accessible for kids with no prior computing experience is important. In the past, he said, kids who are blind or with low vision who wanted to get into coding had to first learn other computing skills, such as how to type and use a screen reader. That made it harder to get started at a young age, and potentially closed the door to a field that could have provided a career for them.
Well, if you want computer skills, you do need to type and use a screen reader. I'm sorry, but that I don't agree with that. You think those kids could teach me how to code, says Sarah? Maybe. I thought you'd like that, says Johnny Hellcat. Well, I do. I really do like this article. This is a very good article.
I think coding is an equalizing field to be in, he said.
Yeah.
Meter and Scutcheon have grand plans for Code Jumper, including developing a curriculum and figuring out distribution and other levels of support. AF plans to release Code Jumper first in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, and then to distribute it throughout the world.
That's really cool.
They say it's the type of system they may have dreamed of, but would never have had the resources to create themselves.
Well, I'm really pleased that a Microsoft researcher came up with that. See, there is still hope for Microsoft if they employ people like this.
We've never really had anything that's been able to give students so many different ways they can experiment and learn about coding, he said, and it translates so well into actual skills. Heading Level 3, Related.
And that's the end of that article. So that's the end of that. Um so that's that. I really like I can't say this enough. I really like that article. Am I the only one excited by the prospect of a video game developed by a blind person? No. That's exciting as hell. That would be really cool. So here's the next titular article. High school holds adulting classes. Because, you know, that's, I guess parents can't teach that anymore. No. Or don't. All right. Let's see here. Let's see.
Grade 12 students at EJ Layunas in Windsor are one step closer to living on their own.
Okay. Okay, they're grade 12 students. They should be close to living on their own anyway. Carry on.
More than 100 students are learning life skills to prepare them for adulthood, including List 6 bullet, car maintenance, changing a bullet, car maintenance, changing a tire, checking oil, 1 of 6. Bullet, home maintenance, patching a hole in drywall, checking breakers, using power tools, 2 of 6. Bullet, financial planning, bullet, financial planning, budgeting, credit cards, 3 of 6.
So financial planning, budgeting, and credit cards.
Bullet, clothing, sewing a button, hemming pants, how to iron and sort laundry, 4 of 6. Bullet, cooking for one, bullet, cooking for one, 5 meals you can make with one rotisserie chicken, 5 of 6. Bullet, mindfulness, stress management, 6 of 6.
Gee, it's almost as if home economics was actually a good idea. Sign me up. I need to learn how to adult better. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost as if home ec wasn't meant to, separate the girls and the boys from shop class into home economics. It's almost as if home economics was actually useful back in the day. And making it go away or, changing it was a really stupid idea. Fuck. There are adults that have gone their whole lives and haven't changed a tire, says Moonshock. Yeah, I know, right? DIY would be a cool thing to teach. Yeah. Like, a coworker of mine who moved out of their house. Um, sorry. A coworker of mine a few years ago, they were about 24 when they moved out of their parents' house. They had no idea how to do laundry. Yeah. This is a I broke 3 sewing machines in my home ec class. Yeah, I knew a couple of people that were like that. Um, but there are some of this stuff, this is stuff that parents need to teach their kids. Home economics is actually useful. I can work a sewing machine when I have to. It's actually a good life skill to have. It is. Um, it's Yes, Sarah, awesome idea. Okay, then we can separate them. One semester the girls take home economics and the boys take shop. The next semester the boys take home economics and the girls take shop. I like that idea. We learned all that shit from our parents, says Rolling Bear. My kids learned from us. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a tire changing video. I've seen too many people putting donuts on their front wheels. It's driving me crazy. Yes, Pincolo. Do a tire changing video. I went to school with a girl, says Sarah, about 21 or 22. She legit didn't know how to put gas in a gas tank. Oh, Christ. That's sad.
End of the list. CBC Windsor caught up with the students to see firsthand how these play, but CBC Windsor caught up with the students to see firsthand how these courses help the students. Play.
So there's a
CBC
video.
Windsor. Students learning life skills. Jump to beginning of the skip back. What? Skip a jump value in the 0 share button. Full screen. Buffer. Playback end of 0. Students
Jesus.
learning life. Heading level 2. About the author.
Okay, so there's a video at the bottom of this that I'm not going to play because CBC will be dicks and yeah. So yes, the school in Windsor is teaching. Moonshock says, Pink Hollow, I've seen people with 2 donuts in their car and not think anything of it with a screaming and fear emoji. That reminds me of a video where someone tried to put gas in a Tesla, says Green Thunder. Oh my god. Sarah says, same Rolling Bear. My dad taught me how to take care of my car and cook, and my mom taught me how to sew and do laundry. Yep. Um, yeah, this is this just that's just insane. Oh god. All right. Where's the next? Here's our next our it's going to be our last story because it's coming up on 45 minutes and my orientation and mobility instructor will be here at 12:30. So this one Chadwick sent to me. It says former Troy. Wait. Yeah, former Troy assistant principal pleads no contest to home or to breaking into students' home. So this was posted at 7:34 this morning. Updated no updates as of today. This is Troy, Michigan from WXYZ. Here we go.
Troy, Mitch, WXYZ. Right before her trial, a former assistant principal in Troy pleaded no contest to breaking into a student's home.
Okay.
Amy Buchanan's trial was supposed to start Thursday. Buchanan is accused of breaking into a student's home to look for drugs. Buchanan reportedly told officers that she was looking for prescription pills inside the home.
Prescription pills? Prescription pills. Edit your fucking articles, people. Prescription pills, not prescription pills.
The owner reported that $40 in cash was taken from the home. Advertising. Frame. Link. Her lawyer claimed link. In read invented by pets. Her lawyer claims an old sports injury fueled an addiction to opioids.
Okay. That's nice.
Buchanan faces up to 15 years in prison at her sentencing next month. She resigned from Smith Middle School after her arrest in August.
That's very unfortunate that an old sports injury has fueled your addiction to opioids. Stay the fuck out of your students' homes. God damn it. Wait, what? Says Sarah. FFS Michigan, fix your shit. First lesson for donuts, get rid of them and buy a proper rim and tire to match what you use. Yes, exactly, Rolling Bear. Exactly. So, what else does this article have to say?
Copyright 2019.
Oh, that was the shortest fucking article ever. Okay, so apparently that's it. We've got time for one more article. Let's go into my Twitter and get another article, because I have a couple more. Back to inbox. There's the Pincalo DMs. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Ford's gas pump stickers violate charter. Bullshit, they violate charter. The fucking 4% levy on 4 conservative provinces violates the charter. Stupid people. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association is urging the provincial government to revisit the decal debacle that could see gas stations fined up to $10,000 a day for non-compliance. Fuck. As someone who lives in Michigan, this person does not represent us. All I heard was stay out of your students' homes. Are they entitled teachers now because I teach your child? No, this bitch broke into someone's student's house for drugs and money. Just so you know, Blind, the sticker is a bar graph that shows the rising price, and that shows that the price will be 11% by 2020. That's crazy. That's your fault for not using your roof rack. Okay, so this is from the Toronto Star. Here we go.
Sticker image. The progressive conservative government is requiring gas stations to put stickers on their pumps that show motorists the cost of the federal government's carbon pricing measures. Alexandra Hip/Tour Star.
Yeah, so this is the that picture is the sticker that Pinkala just described.
Carbon tax image. The progressive conservative government is requiring gas 1/2, forcing private businesses to post the progressive conservative government stickers on gasoline pumps is a violation of charter rights, warns the Canadian Civil Liberties Association.
And forcing Ontarians to pay a 4% levy on gas because our government is saying no to the carbon tax is also a violation of our fucking charter rights.
In a letter to Attorney General Caroline Mulroney and Energy Minister Greg Rickford, the association urged the government to revisit a decal debacle that could see gas stations fined up to $10,000 a day for non-compliance.
See, that seems beyond our charter, or in violation of our fucking charter rights.
So wait, was the teacher on drugs or?
Yes.
Okay. You have to yell. I'm right behind you.
Well, you freaked me out. Go keep an eye out for Jeanette.
Good. You doxed your O&M instructor. Telling.
The Upper Peninsula is basically Canada's Moonshock. I can just move up there.
The sticker as proposed constitutes compelled political speech and, at the very least, is an unreasonable violation of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, lawyers Stephen Sofer and Sandra Barton wrote Monday.
That is not compelled political speech. That is the truth. The sexy, smooth voice of Pinkalo says Moonshock. See, everyone likes your voice, Pinkalo. So transparency is against anyone's rights? Apparently, no. See, the Canadian Civil Liberties Association is basically Trudeau's lapdogs. Ubers are not people; they're Ubers. Let's see.
FSK_, we ask that you abandon any efforts to move this legislation forward. Should this legislation pass, as is, we have been instructed to immediately commence a charter challenge in the Ontario Superior Court of Justice, the lawyers continued.
We have been, by who? The feds? The feds? Is that what you're saying? The feds gave you the permission to do a charter challenge? Because it's like, how stupid do the Liberals think we are? How stupid do they think we are that we can't see through this? This is uppers, not Ubers. But seriously, how stupid do the Liberals think we are?
In this regard, we would like to meet with you to discuss a schedule for that challenge. Responding to the lawyers with his own letter, Rickford said our government is taking measures to ensure that all Ontarians know the full impact of the federal carbon tax every time they fill up at the pump. These transparency measures will make sure that families and small business know exactly how much carbon tax adds to the price per liter at every gas pump across the province, the energy minister wrote.
Yeah? It's exactly what they are, transparency measures. Pinkalo walking in unexpected, or Pinkalo walking in to fully understand the break-in story is hilarious to me for some reason. Because he walked in without me knowing. Liberals don't use the judgment, they use re. Yep. Yes, they do.
It's unfortunate that the Canadian Civil Liberties Association doesn't share these values for Ontario.
Yes, it is unfortunate because they are in the pockets of the Liberal government.
The CCLA joins the Ontario Chamber of Commerce in opposing the mandatory Tora Blue stickers that tout the impact on gas prices of the federal Liberals' carbon pricing measures. Read more. Third, read more. Banner. News icon. Heading left end of link. Fockles one link.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the end of that article. So we've got a battle between the provincial government and the Canadian Civil Liberties Association, which is basically a battle between the provincial government and the federal government. So yeah, that's what's going on in the great country of Canada. Liberals want us to believe that criminals will turn in firearms. So how stupid do they think we are? Yeah. Exactly, Rolling Bear. Exactly. Well, guys, we've got 4 minutes left. If there's anything you guys want to say about today's show or anything in general, now is your time. Remember, tomorrow's guest is going to be Moonshock, and that's going to be at noon Eastern, and we're going to go from noon till 2. I think it's going to be a great time. I think we're going to have lots of fun. Let's see. Lose Trudeau and maybe Canada will get its balls back. Yes. That is the first step. That is the first step on the way to remasculating Canada. We're gonna party like it's 2019, says New Moonshock. Yep. We sure are. It's gonna be lots of fun. Let's see, what else is chat saying here? So I'm gonna pull up some stories for us to talk about tomorrow. Maybe some more Michigan stories too. Because that's what I try to do. I try to look for news, from where my guest is from, for us to talk about. So maybe I'll take a look and see about some Michigan news. And it's not just news, like we do kind of an interview style. Sesame Street is now going to be an actual intersection in New York City. Holy shit, Sarah, are you serious? This actually helped with my headache. Thank you. Aw. I'm glad. Best get back to work. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Blind Press. Have a great day, Moonshock. Oh my god. Dr. Press. Oh, hi, Peter. I'm just about to end because it's my short day. Yeah, I'm just about to end up the stream, but feel free to hit the replay button, my friend. Oh, you know what would help? If I got out of Safari and went back to Chrome where my hangout was. Oh, press. Oh, press. I think I need some more Dayquil. Oh. Well, guys, I hope everyone enjoyed today's stream. We'll be back tomorrow at noon Eastern with Moonshock for Friday guest day. And next week, we're gonna have a really awesome guest too. I'm gonna save that for a bit. But next week I also have a guest lined up already. I'm still booking for the 17th and the 24th. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know. I hope everyone has a great day, a great and safe day. Enjoy the warming up spring weather. If it's not, raining where you are. And we'll see everyone again tomorrow. Stay safe and have fun, guys.